And I didn't look down that corridor. And this is basically the equivalent of those powers you had in the first game. They're called vigors here. Can't actually remember what they're called in the first one. Should have done some research before playing, really, but I can't remember what they're called. Oh, you know what they're called. But it's the same thing, you know. Inject yourself, or in this case, drink a power, and you get that power. And you have you can't see the blue bar at the moment, but it comes up when you can get the power. And you can do things like enchant humans or object or machines, attack. I haven't seen anything that conjures bees up yet, but you know, there's lots of potential for stuff, interesting stuff to come up. I didn't really know what I was doing here when I played this. I suppose it's a training exercise for the vigors, and you have to hit the demon. And I just pressed the button and it hit the demon. Because there's no cursor for this bit, for example, until you actually press fire. Maybe you can hold it down. I didn't know at the time. No, I actually hit her, I think, that time. But I got him in the end. I think. No, there he is. Well, that must be one of the vigors you collect. I had to put down the sensitivity settings later, because it was a little bit too sensitive for me. I don't like it when a mouse is really twitchy. This is just it's obvious. It's pretty obvious what it is. You know, shoot targets. I actually failed the first time, I think, to get the top score, so I had another go. Fast forward to that because it's not that interesting. I just I missed. Oh, I missed out by one. You see, I missed out by one. I didn't realise how much I'd missed out. But so I had to do the whole thing again, and I didn't get all 3 prizes. The third place prize, I'm not entirely sure how you could possibly do badly enough to get that. But yeah, here, just have another go. You get X number of seconds to blast them. It seemed to me like it didn't do as well this time, and yet I actually obliterated the score. Just need one more, and there we go. Ding, ding, ding. 24 was the record, and then just weren't any. I didn't see the point in this, other than looting that. You can hit that, but you don't actually do anything, it just hits it. There you go. Ding, I won. Showing off all my skills there. I quite like this bit. But nice to think that there are... It's not all squeaky clean. There are some people in the back having a smoke away from out of the sun. Adds a bit of flavour to it.
Hot dogs, hot dogs, Alexander hot dogs, Columbia's finest, worth every cent.
Voxophone, hear your voice from the past in the present.
And I guess this would explain it if you hadn't already found them.
What's a voxophone? What's a voxophone?
But I'm not entirely sure how you could have missed. I suppose you could have missed all three.
Hey, just so we're clear, I'm not paying for this.
Just a demonstration, sir.
Maybe there was one here that I missed, but I don't think so.
Have you sampled any of the new vigors here today?
I usually wait till the thing works out the kinks.
I may well have missed stuff in here, but I don't think I did. Oh, and yeah, these are the vending machines. Obviously, I could have, if I had found enough money, but I really don't think it's possible to find enough to buy that right at the beginning. Unless I missed a hell of a lot. But I don't think I did. So obviously, again, just blast things. See what happens. This is where I first really noticed that my aim was off, because just a little bit too sensitive for my liking. So I missed a lot of shots that I should have got. I still won though. And I killed someone, some anarchist person. Maybe she comes into it later. I don't know. And yes, here I go, and I just changed the sensitivity settings. There are, for those who are interested, there are on the PC. This is obviously, and there are field of view settings, which is quite useful. No delving into the config files and ini files and all that business just to change the FOV. It's just a slider, bam, done, easy. Why can't more people do that? It's not. It can't surely be that hard. I mean, if you can change it in ini files by changing a number, so you know how hard is it just to put a slider in?
Have you ever lost a penny to a vending machine? Has a pay telephone ever refused to connect you with a beloved
And here's
spouse?
where we
Well,
get our
it's
first
time to take back control from the men of
vigor.
metal. With possession, you are the master.
Do one of those.
Possession is the first one.
It's just a whisper. They're all ears.
And you get a little video like this every time you get a vigor, explaining how it works, which is pretty useful.
What the hell was that?
And I think you can watch the same video on this particular camera, yeah, but without the voiceover. That you can't do that usually. Let's see if you can guess what you have to do here.
Sorry, pal. The raffle is all sold out. Entrance is reserved for dignitaries and very important personages alone. Well, if it isn't Assemblyman Buford, your spot at the raffle awaits. Don't know why I didn't recognize you before. Odd. Always good to have gentlemen of your caliber.
And obviously those things are, they're called salts. And you have a salt.
Come on, let me through. Hey,
This is a rather interesting one. You don't actually get to choose heads or tails. I was wondering about this. This is why it took so long to flip it.
tails.
You just press to flip and it flips it. It's an interesting bit because clearly every single one is heads, and yet you chose tails. Even if, you know, I mean, you couldn't see the back of him, but anyway. And there are, obviously this is a vending machine I could actually buy something from, but I'm not going to. Because I haven't got any need to buy anything. But I will loot the floor. See why in these games now they have, when you run, your field of view changes. I don't like that. I don't think my field of view changes when I run in real life. But maybe I don't run enough to notice.
This little beauty? The
Probably
whole
not.
division got them. We're gonna flush the Vox out of the Skyline system. We gotta have the best.
There's a big celebration going on here, and maybe to celebrate something, obviously, but I think it's to celebrate something to do with the their god, to do with him. I can't actually. They must have told me, but I just can't remember. Lucky an annual anniversary type thing. Seems to be.
He looks lost.
He looks just fine to me.
You are a living, walking scandal.
Evening, ladies. And this is where it might bore you a bit by me looking around all the time. But at least you get to see, you know, as you've probably seen for the last X number of minutes, how the world looks and how it's put together and so on. Oh, there's another of these audio logs.
I've read all your books on the sciences. Mama says
I like the
it's
balloons.
not a fit occupation for a lady, but I think she's jealous of our cleverness. Is it true that only you are allowed to visit the girl in the tower? If the Lan is lonely too, I should like to meet her, as we would have much in common. Warmest regards, Constance.
And this is building up to, obviously, the girl in the tower. Maybe that's the one you've got to rescue. And so, things like that. You happen to have a thing, which means you're the evil one. False shepherd. There's a raffle, and I wonder what number you're going to get. Points if you can remember the number. Well, fake points that mean nothing. But you can feel good about yourself if you remembered. And I will now search lots of things. It's quite expansive, and that's good. That's good that it's expansive, because obviously BioShock felt quite closed in at times. Necessarily, obviously, but there wasn't really that many big areas. And this puts a statement out. This is big. This is a city. This is a living city. This is there's a lot going on, a lot to see, a lot to do. And I did say before, you'd be surprised how long this section lasts. It could have lasted, could have been shorter if I just blitzed through it, but well, what's the point? Take it in. That's what it's there for. I'm not the sort of person who will skip a cutscene. I always like to watch the cutscenes, unless I've seen them before. But we're getting near the bit where things start happening, and I'm just finishing off searching. Having a look over there. There is a sentry tower over there. So that may well come in useful later on. We'll see. We're getting close to the source of the music. And the amount of stuff you loot is suddenly dried up. There we go. I'll leave it with him. And I didn't know who was talking to me now. I'll find out eventually, obviously, but it wasn't immediately obvious. My hand glows green. Oh, there she is, over there.
Wouldn't you?
Sorry, no sale.
Silly. There's never a charge for the raffle. You've been sleeping under a rock?
77.
77. That's a lucky number. I'll be rooting for you.
I suspect 77 isn't a lucky number for us.
Is that not the prettiest young white girl in all of Columbia?
Now here comes a controversial bit, I guess, and then people may well have talked about it.
Number 77.
Oh, what do you know?
This is where the idyll of the situation is shattered somewhat. I mean, it is 1912, so issues of race were very much part of the national. Well, they always have been in America, but
Or are you taking your coffee black these days? Oh, looks like we've got a shy one here.
so I'm going to chuck it at him. Now, I don't know what happens if you decide to chuck it at them. Probably the same thing.
Where'd you get that brand? Don't you know that makes you the backstabbing snake in the grass false shepherd?
And we ain't letting no false shepherd into our flock. Show 'em what we got planned, boys.
And I'll face into the thing. And so, okay, obviously I should have mentioned that this has adult content. Before the guy had his face shredded. But I forgot that my mouse button was linked to melee, and I kept pressing the left mouse button. That's why I'm not doing anything at the moment. But then I remembered, so I got him. And then it gives me a bit of advice over what to do. But now we're into the action, so it should be a bit more exciting. And ooh, okay. So if you block at a certain time, you get to do an execution. Or if they're stunned, you get to do execution. If I remember. But you get to do a lot of executions which involve ripping people's heads or snapping their necks or that. Well, maybe not that, but still fairly gruesome. I was just seeing if I could get behind. No. Balloons are interesting still, but just want to make sure I don't miss anything, because you know often in these games they have a secret hidden in the unlikely place just after you don't expect to get them. Ooh, that was good. Right, a satisfying clonk to the face there. Someone's seen me. Just because armed guards are attacking me, it doesn't mean I will stop searching the environment for... Oh, guns. Right, let's see what I can do.
Where is he?
That is what I'm going to do. And now I have a golden gun. If I hit him in the head, it is a one-shot kill, just like in GoldenEye. But I've only got the game on medium as well. I remember playing BioShock on hard, and it was more boring than anything else to play on that, because all the enemies were bullet sponges, Isn't so much like this on medium on this, and they may have addressed that issue anyway. But it's nicer to be able to shoot someone in the head, a human in the head, and they die. You know, I think that's fair enough. Obviously, there will be bullet sponge characters later on, but for now, just being able to shoot someone and then watching them die with one shot, or at least go to ground, is good.
I told you, Comstock. You sell them paradise, and the customers expect cherubs for every chore. No menials in God's kingdom. Well, I have a man in Georgia who'll lease us as many Negro convicts as you can board. Why, you can say they're simple souls in penance for rising above their station. Whatever eases your conscience, I suppose.
So here's, I think I get. Oh, I upgrade. You can upgrade your abilities, your vigors as well. Now I'm allowed to, as you see, humans can now serve me and stab people with pitchforks if they haven't. I've got a feeling that this game may have streamlined the whole vigors, whatever it's tonics or whatever it's called in the first game, process, because I never really got on with them, got on with it too well.
The son of a bitch is in the park. Don't let him escape.
So I had to hit him twice, but I think I hit him in the shoulder the first time, so that's fine. That's not too. You can accept that. Now, I'll take this, and he will now shoot anyone who comes towards him, like he's doing now. But it's only for a limited time. It's not forever. Those fireworks are the equivalent of the exploding barrels in Doom. That it wasn't necessarily a There is an achievement for blasting your own possessed guys. Now this will turn against me, so I probably have to destroy it. Yeah. Might as well get rid of it though, because it would just start shooting me unless I ran very quickly. I often mistake those machines for humans as well. Well, so far. Where the hell are they shooting me from? Now you can see my salt has run down to the bottom left. So obviously you only have a limited number of uses for your vigors. I'm not claiming to be any sort of skillful player or anything. Half of my hand's busted up anyway, so I can't. It's more difficult for me to play these nowadays. Oh, and there's something I hadn't noticed. Over there. It's easy enough to kill them. They shoot and then stop, and then you can blast them a bit. It's easy enough. Yeah, easy. And they always have got a lot of ammo on them as well, so that's useful. Remember, this is 1912, so the tactic of leaping over a fence and charging directly at enemy machine guns or weapons was fairly novel back then. They hadn't run it down through the First World War yet, so if people do run at me and charge, thematically that works because that was the major military tactic at the time. So maybe the guy in charge of this is Douglas Haig. We don't know. Probably not, but probably read the same military manuals.
It's getting hot.
Now we get
What's
to
going on?
our first special character. He has a vigor all to do with flames. A flame grenade. So I just got hit with one there. But he's not too tough. I suspect we'll see a lot of them later on. Yeah, he was pretty easy in the end.
Vigor.
This is pretty nasty too, so you want to avert your eyes if you're easily scared by things skin getting melted. Like this. Devil's Kiss.
Hold and release to create an explosive trap.
That wasn't no sample.
Quite close to the end now, so don't worry. In fact, we have nearly got to our hour's time limit. So even though I didn't really plan for it, the play for an hour thing has actually worked out quite well. There's a couple of minutes to go though. And we've got, yes, we have a... Now, see, I didn't notice this before, but I could have set those oil puddles on fire. Oh no, they did get set on fire. My bad. I did actually accidentally set them on fire. Without meaning to. And you've got the old radial menu if you so choose to use it. But you generally just press R. What's it, Q on the keyboard? Just one key and it cycles through them all. But I'm sure when you have a lot of them, it's easier to use the radial. And now we head to the end of the level. But of course, well, the end of the level would not come without a little bit of searching around just before we go in. I don't know if we come back because this, as I say, we're only going to play the first hour, and that's all we're going to do, and we'll move on to a new game. That's what this series will be. It will be just an hour of gameplay, like I said. Let's play for an hour. Even Nintendo shouldn't have a problem with that. Okay, and we will enter the next area, and that is where we will call it a day. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time. Ta-ta for now.